Welcome to Why Wait Educate Now. I am your girl and your host, capital A. I'm here with DJ Genius. And today's special guest is Jerry Doby, the editor-in-chief for The Hype magazine. I'm excited to interview him today. And I want to say thank you for tuning in. You could have been doing anything else with your time, but you chose to rock with us. So thank you. Let me give you a little bit about Jerry Doby. He is a Grammy member. He is an international published artist and entertainment journalist and a member of the U.S. Department of Arts and Culture as well as the United States Press Corps. We'll cover his career. We'll cover the Hype magazine and the 15th anniversary as well as advice of how to become the artist everyone's talking about, part 2. All right, so let's go to Now That's Dope. Donald Glover, a.k.a. Childish Gambino, just won 2 Golden Globes, y'all. He's a member of Forbes 30 Under 30 class of 2012. He won the Golden Globes for Best Actor in TV Comedy for musical for his performance, as well as Ernest earned marks on Atlanta and a series. He has also co-wrote and executive produced. The show also won the award for Best TV Series, Comedy, or Musical. Donald Glover brought Atlanta rap trio Migos to a new audience Sunday night when he mentioned the group's just crowned Hot 100 #1, Bad and Bougie, during the Golden Globes acceptance speech January 8th. He said, "I really want to thank the Migos, not for being in the show, but for making Bad and Bougie." Glover said after accepting his show, Atlanta Globe, for Best Television Series, Musical or Comedy, the trio made a cameo in the show's 3rd episode, Go for Broke. Like, that's the best song ever, is what he said. On Genius, where Bougie has had the most views lyric page for the past 30 days, averaging 2,500 views per hour, visits spiked to 80% to 4,500 views per hour following Glover's speech. And another way that Glover ensured Atlanta was represented was by including Hustle Gang's clothing brand on every episode. Now that's dope. As far as performance opportunities, Big Mike Rob presents July 2017 Venice Beach Summer Classic Showcase, one of the biggest independent platforms at the beach. There will be live performances, summer fashion show. Vendor spaces are available. This is an all-day free family event. For more information, email dmikeRobpresents@gmail.com. Advertise in the Hype magazine #1 digital print magazine. since 2002, bringing you news from hip hop to Hollywood. Have you got hype yet? Contact at thehypemagazine.com. And promoters worldwide, if you have any information about upcoming shows that you'd like to share on air, please email them to wwenradio@gmail.com. All right, DJ Genius. I know you're on the ones and twos. Go ahead and show us what you do.
poppin' world, it's the Bronx Bomber. G.O.D. The CNC Gangsta Team Inc. And I'm riding with DJ G. DJ in the game.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Whether you just tuned in or you've been rocking with us, I greatly appreciate you. Today, we have editor-in-chief of the Hype magazine, Jerry Doby, on the air. How are you, sir?
Yo, all is well, all is well. I'm blessed and highly favored. What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being our guest today. I want to talk a little bit about the legacy of the Dobies. You come from a legacy of Dobies. Baseball Hall of Famer Larry Doby, Richard Doby, who was one of the first black commissioners of banking in the United States. You also
he was the first.
He
was the first ever. Yeah.
That's awesome. You also have schools named after your family, and as well as a lot of military service. And I have a question for you. Did you ever feel pressure to carry the torch and become just as successful as your family?
No, I didn't feel the pressure because I have been in the military pretty much most of my life.
Okay.
So I was following that legacy, and if the last trip to Afghanistan hadn't gone so bad, I would still be in the military now.
I got you.
But once I transitioned from the military, yes, I knew I had to continue on with the line of what I consider to be greatness within our family.
Yeah.
We have a lot of firsts. My Uncle Herman was the first black police officer in Tampa, Florida.
Oh, wow.
We owned, as our family, we owned almost 3/4 of what's known as West Hyde Park in
Wow.
Tampa.
Okay.
So that West Hyde Park, it was actually called Dobyville. So it was
Mm-hmm.
a section of town.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a little pressure, but yeah.
Okay, I got you. Well, thank you for your service first and foremost. Let me say that.
Hey, thank you for yours.
Thank
Go
you.
Navy.
All day, all day. Thank you. Let me ask you, what medal did you or do you cherish the most?
They're just pieces of tin
Yeah.
and ribbon that go on your uniform. It's something extra to measure.
Yeah.
I've got quite a few, and I don't cherish any of them. I cherish the medal of actually coming back alive.
I got you. Okay. Well, that's the most important, right?
That's what my family keeps telling me.
Most definitely. That's the most important. So I wholeheartedly understand.
Right.
Was journalism something that chose you or that you chose as a career?
It's an interesting story on that because I'm a military brat.
Yeah.
And I came up in some areas where I was too dark for the white kids to play with, and I was too light for the black kids to play with. And so books were my friends.
I got you.
And I didn't get the drum sets and the trumpets. I had Encyclopedia Britannica and book series, Time Life. That's what I did.
Yeah,
With
I remember
words.
those.
So it's a natural fit.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. I definitely remember those. I don't know if they're still around or if these even still sell them, but I definitely remember those in my household as well. If we could wear your shoes for a day, what would that experience be like?
Ooh, well, okay. I'm up at 4:30 in the morning every
Wow.
morning.
Uh-huh.
I start my daily routine. I need my coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I check into my email
Gotcha.
while I'm making coffee and having my, I smoke cigarettes, unfortunately.
Oh.
So
Okay.
coffee, cigarette, email.
I got you.
After which I'm getting my shorty off to school, and then I'm back to the laptop, back into email. I post for the first couple of hours of the day until about 10, and then I get about approximately 720 emails a day.
Wow.
And so our CEO Jamila, Just Jay, everybody knows her as Just Jay. She taught me a way to organize my emails, breaking it down into folders so that I
Okay.
have days where I'm posting, days that I'm responding to emails,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. So it's about an 18-hour day.
Wow.
Just for emails, posting, and then of course we don't just do the copy and paste. We have to have original content. That's what we thrive on and where we made our bones. So
Right.
it takes some time sometimes to do the interviews. And I interview from at 11 a.m. in the morning and 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Those are my interview times. So I only do like 2 interviews a day.
Okay.
And then I must process those, of course, and edit
Right.
and upload them and try to get them out within 48 hours. So
Okay.
that's my day.
Wow.
And then the phone, I'm on the phone with our CEO every single day and my team of writers and editors around the country every day. So it takes a minute.
Well, that's a lot. And I don't know if everybody can fill those shoes, but you do it very well.
I'm honored and humbled that you think so.
What led you to the Hype magazine?
Oh, wow. That's another crazy story. I had actually just come back from Afghanistan this last time. And as we discussed, before, I was on med hold in the hospital for 2.5 years. And I had just started to get on Twitter. Twitter was a brand new thing to me in 2011. And somehow somebody followed me, a guy named Big Jig, who at one point I remembered him from BET Freestyle Fridays.
Okay, yeah.
He'd been the champ in 2006, I think, for like 4 weeks running. And he followed me and I said, thank you. And then he hit me up. At the time, I was writing for Yahoo.
Okay.
So he hit me up and says, hey, could you do a piece? So I did an interview. I did a piece on Yahoo. He introduced me to our CEO, Jamila Just J. Wilkerson, via phone because he says, hey, I got somebody who's doing a magazine and you would fit right there. So we had a phone introduction. We talked. She says, and Hype magazine was actually on hiatus.
Wow. Okay.
And so I explained to her during our 3-hour conversation that I didn't need her money because I was still on active duty at the time.
I got you.
And what I needed was the opportunity. And my goal had always been to be an editor, a features editor at least, of a major entertainment and lifestyle magazine.
Wow. Okay. That's dope.
Yeah. And it was a conversation. It was Twitter, I swear, saying hello and thank you for following on Twitter.
Wow.
Put me in the position that I'm in today as the editor-in-chief of the Hype magazine.
Man, that's a blessing. By one social outlet, you know what I mean? Like that's amazing. Wow. So,
blessed.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your background? I know you said that you were writing for Yahoo, and then also, what are the skills needed to be editor-in-chief?
Well, editor-in-chief is kind of an administrator position.
I got you.
And what it takes is organizational skills. Those skill sets that I bring from the military, organizational, and being able to motivate and drive people to execute a mission. That's what it takes. Okay. Now, writers are, of course, creatives, and therefore their personalities are similar to artists.
Right.
And sometimes it's a delicate situation to balance what you need to get done versus respecting the creative and letting them do their thing. So mostly it's organizational. Right. You also have to be self-motivated, and you have to be a strong personality. I'm in the boardrooms and in discussions with network people and whatnot. Mm-hmm. A great command of the English language. The King's English is good, and a very strong temperament and personality. Okay. Those are the things that are really key.
I got you. And so who else did you write for other than Yahoo? Was that, did you build up to Yahoo? Did you work for anybody else before them?
I started with a citizen journalist outlet called Examiner, which no longer exists anymore. It's now Access. It's owned by Access TV. So I started there, and then I saw that Yahoo had a contributors network. But to get into the contributors network, I had to graduate from Yahoo University. They had a writers university.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I graduated from Yahoo Writers University. The editors gave me a test piece. And here's where I have to shout out my publicist mentor, Miss Edna Sims in Los Angeles. It was 3:00 in the morning, and I was on deadline to turn in this test piece for Yahoo. And she was up editing with me at 3 a.m. in the morning.
That's
to make certain I got the job.
Man, I mean, that's true support. Goodness.
Yeah. She was a producer at one point for MTV's The Cut.
Okay.
Which had Lisa Left Eye Lopes.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. And
rest in peace.
That's how I met her. Was on the set of that BET MTV thing. Wow. And so I wrote for Examiner. I've written for the German News Daily. I'm a member of the United States Press Association.
Right.
Amongst others. And of course, I think my favorite thing to write for and write about, I'm a member of the United States Department of Arts and Culture.
Okay.
So that's how I began. I started writing with citizen journalist type things. I went through Yahoo University.
Right.
Examiner also had Examiner used at one point the Associated Press style guide. So I had to go through that university to learn how to write AP down style.
Wow.
And that was my start.
No, you're telling me things that I didn't even know if you wanted to be a part of, Yahoo or write for certain entities. I didn't even know there were universities for them. So that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't exist anymore, but
right.
because the Yahoo's contributor network is no longer as well.
Right. I got you. Well, is there an interview that you walked away feeling inspired? An interview that you had with someone?
There were several. My first major interview was Chuck D.
Wow.
A public interview. We spent 2.5 hours on the phone.
Man.
And
Okay.
He left me, totally inspired to continue on. And I am hip hop. So
Yeah.
he bolstered my courage to continue to write and push forward the culture.
Yeah.
And then my next most inspirational was George Clinton.
Okay.
And it was his story was basically fighting for your rights, and
Yeah.
his project Flashlight 2013, which deals with getting his publishing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so yeah.
Okay. Well, awesome. I would love to interview them one day. Maybe I'll have an amazing experience too.
I'm sure you would. They're great.
How do you describe the Hype magazine for people who are unfamiliar with the magazine?
The Hype magazine is a lifestyle and entertainment magazine. We started in 2002 as a one-page black and white community newsletter.
Wow.
It was founded in Indiana. And it started out we were going door to door, hand to hand, mailbox to mailbox.
Wow.
As a one-page black and white community newsletter printed on both sides.
Wow.
And then we captured the digital space right at the turn of, the entertainment industry, when we lost all the record stores, the warehouses, Virgins, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
We went to the digital space, mastered the digital space, became the #1 digital magazine in the world in short order, which we've held that title for about 14 years.
Man.
This is our 15th year.
Yes.
So that's how I describe it. We are a platform that allows people to tell their own stories. We don't tell it for them.
Right.
That's our core competency is making people feel comfortable to tell us their story and trust us with their content.
Yeah.
And knowing that we won't adulterate it or misconstrue anything that they said.
Okay. I like that a lot. That definitely sets you apart from many other urban magazines. So salute to you for that, for just being so different in the times when we need something more, something positive,
Well, thank you so much. Our goal at the Hype magazine is, right now we feel that we're at the head of the urban media table.
Yes.
And our goal, of course, is to celebrate the history of urban journalism. At one point, it was black journalism, and we were relegated to tier 2 and tier 3 on the media ladder.
Right.
While internet journalism was relegated to tier 4.
Okay.
Your tier 1s being Rolling Stone, Time Magazine, and Newsweek, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So we have, through the years, elevated our status by maintaining our journalistic integrity, et cetera, and being inclusive and more diverse. We have elevated ourselves to major media status, and we feel that our responsibility is to continue what Mr. Johnson did, and to maintain and recapture urban media's place as a tier 1 international presence.
Well, that's awesome, and I know you guys can do it. No one better.
We've done it. We've done it. I have to pat us on the back.
Yeah.
We have done it. Well, and we will continue.
Right. Continue in that stride. Yes. I don't know for sure, but I read that you take submissions from independent artists. Are you still taking submissions?
Yeah, we do take submissions.
Okay.
The easiest way to get to us is through the submission link on the site at www.thehypemagazine.com.
Right.
If you want your video or you want an interview or you're trying, to reach out to us, that's how you can reach out to us directly.
Okay.
And I don't think anyone should feel slighted.
Right.
Because the PR firms from the major labels, Atlantic, Universal, whatever, they also contact us through.
Okay.
that contact form
I got you.
and submit. If they don't have a direct relationship with one of our editors or myself, then so it's our easiest way to get the information that we need in short order and best determine whether the stories are fit for the hype magazine culture.
Okay. Well, as far as independent artists, is there anyone that's on your radar that you plan to interview soon?
We don't wait around.
I got you.
If we find them, we get them.
Okay.
So I think the person that I want to follow the most and stay in tune with is a young man out of Houston.
Okay.
And now that you asked me that question, I can't even call his name. Ain't that crazy? You know how it goes. Let's come. Yeah, but he is New Houston. I think I'm also listening to my cats. These guys I really love. They are the Social Club Misfits.
Okay.
I'm also really heavy into Twisted and
all right.
it's good.
I got
There's a young cat out of Kansas. I'm just getting old right now and I can't recall all these people's names, but there's some cats.
Yeah.
There's some cats.
Okay. Well, I got
but
you.
Girls. There's a girl.
There's a girl.
Yeah. There's a young lady by the name of Sky Cats.
Okay.
And you might have seen her on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And she's she's only 11 years old.
Wow.
But she is hip hop. She grew up, in hip hop. Surrounded, I'm just like, why do you want to be in hip hop? It's because hip hop is the truth.
Wow.
The basic tenets of hip hop are the truth. That she understands all 5 pillars, and so she's dope.
Yeah, that's what's
Sky
up.
Cats.
Wow, she knows more probably than any of the artists that are currently out right now.
Well, several current artists have embarrassed themselves, have they not? Recently?
Yeah, quite a few, but
yeah, when they're talking about hip hop,
don't have any idea of what the culture is.
Right.
Have no intentions of understanding it or want to further their education on it. So maybe they need to take some notes from her.
Oh, you know what? I have to also say, Jack Joe. He's out of Louisiana.
Okay.
This kid is the next ooh-wee.
Wow.
His name is Jack Joe. Now, he happens to be Mia X's son.
Okay.
But he is an amazing, amazing talent. He's lyrically strong. He's clever.
Yeah.
And, nobody can really tell soulful stories as well as Southern hip-hop artists.
Yeah.
And he's not on the trap thing. He's on some real life. And shout out to Mia X. She's, as we all know in the industry, she's suffering from uterine cancer. And so that sister was the first lady of, No Limit.
Right. Mama Mia.
Yeah, Mama Mia. Yeah. So let's shout her out and let's keep her, in God's ears.
Yes, definitely up in our prayers for her and her family, because it doesn't just affect her, it affects her family as well. So yes, definitely keeping her in our prayers. So let's talk about it. Dark America. Black Lives Matter, unity equals safety. What is that all about?
Well, when I came back from Afghanistan, after having gone to different foreign lands, done some things that required violence of action, to come back and find our young Black people, male and female, of different ages,
right,
being attacked and murdered by our paramilitary forces called police,
right,
and those murders being sanctioned by our legal system. Dark America is about the underbelly of America. It's not really about black and white.
Yeah,
it's about the nonsense that goes on, the legal fluffery, we call it.
Right.
that goes on in America as regards people of color, and it's not just black.
No,
You know,
yeah,
it's
it's true.
Latinos, Asians. Let's just talk about the DALP thing that's going on.
Yeah.
You know, the pipeline thing.
Right.
You know, people don't understand those Native Americans were being beaten and accosted by law enforcement officers out there.
Right.
You know, about this oil pipeline, which, of course, our incoming president is a shareholder in that partnership.
Does not surprise me, but yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
So, did that answer your question or no?
Yeah, I mean it did. It gave us, a little bit light of it and what it's all about. And
Well, I'll get into it. I can get into it. What it is, I have dug into body parts.
yeah,
You know, that body part trade here in America is crazy.
yeah,
And we talk about how the body part trade in America, there's no way it can happen
right.
without some sort of governmental sanction,
True.
whether it's on a local, regional, or federal level. And I wanted to, when I came back and I started hearing these stories and looking at these things, and especially our black kids,
Right.
how do you shoot a little girl down and say, oh, she's cool, and no charges are made
Right.
because she made eye contact? How do you kill a little boy for laughing at a cop?
Right.
How do you do that? And it's not white cops, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? You
Right.
got to remember, the gentleman, and I don't really want to get and calling out cases, but we can call situations and everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The man who was killed, and he had a book,
Yeah.
but he was killed by a black officer. Let's remember that.
Yeah.
And the video shows the black officer putting there's a gun that they placed. In the next video, it's a different gun.
Right. I think I saw that video, and that's crazy to me.
Hey, we've got the officer who killed the man who was walking back to his truck with his hands up, and her partner tased the man. As soon as he tased him, she shot him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the young man who was doing his job, protecting one of his patients, and he was laying on the ground and got shot?
Yeah. I just don't understand what justify. I mean, there's no justification as to if you comply. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just be shot and everything's cool. There's no, no time served, no nothing. Maybe suspension, but that's about it. But that's crazy. It's almost like we're going backwards instead of forward. So. Yeah,
I mean, you got to look at now. The first case, one of the big cases that got me, was a young man out of Kansas by the name of Angelo. I won't say his last name. I don't have a clearance for that. But this man was on a business trip. He was a businessman. He owned a haberdashery.
Right.
And he was on a business trip in Texas. And the police officers said that they did a hand-to-hand drug transaction with this man in his store.
Wow.
While he is in a completely another state. It's at least 7 hours drive. You know what I mean? And these are the things that get me. And I'll be honest with you, I wanted to burn my uniform.
No, I got you.
Because I felt like we'd been lied to,
right.
We'd been betrayed, and that nothing that we had done had any validity.
Yeah.
And I cried. You know what I mean? I cried out of frustration, out of hate.
Yeah.
That's what Dark America is about. It is throwing an alarm clock in the graveyard and waking the dead. Right. We are going to tell the stories that people don't want us to tell.
Right.
We're going to expose fact-based issues.
Right.
We will disseminate information and put it out there, even down to the fact that, a lot of our major record labels are partners in investment groups which own and control prisons here in America.
Oh, well, okay. I didn't know that part.
Yeah, it's not heavily talked about because, one, as a media outlet, you don't want to alienate the companies that you work for.
Right.
Not work for, but work with. Because when you have a new young artist who's trying to get out and we are a great voice, they will shut that pipeline down for us, and we are not going to be able to do our jobs. But
I got you.
We expose them gently.
Okay.
and let them know that we are aware of the of the evil that you do.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
I will say this: if you want to know more about Dark America, as well as any other, stories or interviews that Jerry Dobie has covered, you can definitely catch them at www.thehypemagazine.com.
Thank you.
Tell me one thing about yourself that you haven't shared in an interview before.
Well, I usually turn down interviews.
You do?
Yeah, usually. I don't do a lot.
Oh, I'm privileged then. Hey, thank you so much. I'm honored.
I don't know. It's not that. It's just that I don't think that I'm that interesting because I am me.
Nonsense.
And but if there was something that I've probably never shared with anyone, and it's probably because they haven't asked,
right?
Is that I used to want to be a singer.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you good?
I got arrested. No, heck no. I'm horrible.
He said, heck no.
I got arrested one time for singing "Mary Had a Little Lamb" in public.
What?
Yeah, I was considered a public nuisance.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm joking. That's really how bad I am.
Wait, what?
That's really how bad I am. Yeah, I used to sing, nobody knows this. I've never told this ever.
Okay.
That I did used to sing in the youth choir of my church.
Aww.
And, we were traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were traveling choir and whatnot. I did do that.
Okay.
I've never told anyone.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing. Thank you for that. See, I get exclusives. I like that.
Thank you.
We're going to go into commercial. When we come back, we will talk a little bit about how to become the artist everyone's talking about. Stay tuned.
Yo. You gotta vibe with your friend, man. Find yourself on the beach and you know me I say. One big gathering, man. Everybody will come through, man. I just pure love, no violence, no nothing. Something like this.
Party a go on, girl, double up, double up. Me and shoot a video, so go on, bubble up, bubble up. Champagne sipping as my friends roll up, roll. Don't be shy if you wanna know us. Bill a one split, wall a one vibe. We a party a really all night. As I thought hit me mind, I dem a type of vibes that me like, and that's why. Me I live my life today. Me I go party and chill on the beach like a holiday. And I don't really care what the people wanna say. Said I don't really care what the people wanna say. It's my day. Recall coming 3, 4, 5, new one. If I tell me no fear, you fi choose one. Me not gonna lie, me like the one in the blow tongue. Pretty brown skin, just a hope she not one new brand. Approach her cause me no lame. Conversate, exchange with first name. She a anticipate my game, me no worry, I'm in a pre-fame, and that's why. Me I live my life today. Me I go party and chill on the beach like a holiday. And I don't really care what the people wanna say. Said I don't really care what the people wanna say. It's my day. Party I want, girl, double up, double up, double up, double up, double up. Champagne sipping as my friends roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. Bill a one spliff, wall a one vibe. me mind. And them a type of vibes that me like, and that's why me I live my life today. Me I go party and chill on the beach like a holiday. And I don't really care what the people wanna say. Said I don't really care what the people wanna say. It's my
Welcome back. You are tuned into Why Wait Educate Now. We have special guest on the air, editor-in-chief of the Hype magazine, Jerry Dobie. How are you, sir?
How you guys doing? Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for taking time out of your day to speak with me and share with me about the magazine, your career, and so much more. I want to talk about, you have partnerships with other organizations and businesses when it comes to the Hype magazine. Can you tell me some more about World Youth Organization?
Yeah, actually, this is the first anniversary as of today.
Okay.
They're celebrating right now over in London.
Happy
World Youth
anniversary.
Organization is a London-based organization that is driven to provide educational and employment opportunities
Awesome.
for the youth
Okay.
globally.
Wow.
Their emphasis is definitely education and preparing yourself to accept opportunity and create opportunity for yourself.
Okay, that's awesome. I know that you have another partnership with T-Boz, Unplugged. She has a benefit concert Sunday, January 15th in Los Angeles. What is that benefit for?
The sickle cell disease, as we all know, T-Boz suffers sickle cell
Right.
disease, and which is an incurable disease.
Right.
Although, and the benefit concert will provide some financial support to several select
Okay.
agencies, and we are a media partner. Our job is simply to disseminate the information about the concert.
Right.
The additional performers. She's gonna perform with her
Okay.
full band, but you got Snoop Dogg, Naughty by Nature, and the Brat
Nice.
as well
Okay.
that are performing this Sunday on Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah.
It's a big opportunity for us to help educate families about sickle cell.
Yeah.
She's doing an amazing job, and what I would like for people to know is that it's just her and her team who put this on. This is their third show.
Wow.
This year they've had more media response than ever.
That's good.
The day after I spoke with her, actually, she was on K-Day and NBC, LA, and all that good stuff. So I'm really happy to know that we're a part of something so important.
Right.
So sickle cell, yeah. It's a big deal.
That's awesome. And I wonder, is there a way, because we're in DC, but is there a way for people that can't be in, Los Angeles area to, partake of the concert and the benefit? Is there a way for us to be able to see it? Like, is she doing some type of stream for it?
I do not believe that there's a live stream
Okay.
For that.
Okay.
And that's not my bailiwick. We're just a media
Right.
partner.
Well, I was just curious because it's so important that people know more about it. So I was just curious if you knew.
Well, they can go to tbozunplugged.com.
Okay.
And they can see tickets. They can check out who's performing. They
Right.
can see pieces from the previous two events.
Okay.
She and her manager Brian are magnificent, and he's obviously a great organizer
Right.
and promoter. So, tbozunplugged.com. Get more information and support, and it'll also lead you beyond the concert, which is great.
Yeah.
But also to the Sickle Cell Disease Association of America link is also there. So you can educate yourself and get some of the early warning signs.
Right.
And conversely, you can listen to her interview right on the site on our live sessions.
Okay, awesome.
And she'll disseminate. She gives a lot of great information in that interview.
Right.
About what to look for, early warning signs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, well, that's awesome. You also partnered with Jason Plum. He's the CEO, founder of Lava Records and Republic Records Revolver Podcast. He has a segment called Wrongfully Convicted. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, Wrongfully Convicted is a show that Jason came up with. You know, he started at Atlantic Records and he left to start Lava. But it is all about, and we've done a piece on this as well.
Okay.
It's about people who have been wrongfully convicted, many who have sat on death row or been in prison for over 20 years.
Wow.
Everybody's had at least 15 to 20 years behind bars.
Yeah.
And we linked up because I had done a piece on recently exonerated people, and several of them had multiple last meals. So that hit me so hard because as a veteran,
Yeah.
combat veteran, you know that when you go out the gate that you have a chance not to come back.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
But these guys get moved from one prison to the death house.
Wow.
This is where you go to die.
Yeah.
So you have to think about the psychological adjustment that people make when they accept the fact that you're going to die.
Wow.
For a soldier, you say, I'm dead. That
Yeah.
way you can do your job better. For
Yeah.
someone who has not committed a crime,
Yeah.
to say, I'm going to die unjustly,
Yeah, that's a lot.
you know, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And so we support them. He's on Revolver Podcast, and that airs every Monday.
Okay.
And you can find that on revolver.com.
All right.
And it's a big thing that we support.
Yeah.
The Hype Magazine donated $1 million of free advertising and promotion
Wow.
to that cause. So you'll see them mentioned in our issues, our upcoming issues this year.
Yeah.
Plus, you can go to our site, and if you click on the graphic that for Wrongfully Convicted, it will take you directly to the podcast, and you can listen to these, you know, gut-wrenching stories
Yeah.
of people who've faced death unjustly or have lost their freedom, you know, for decades,
Right.
only to be exonerated sometimes at the very last moment.
Wow, that's deep. But you know, sometimes people need to have a better understanding of what you go through. So, when it comes to that situation, let me ask you
rough.
one quick question before we go. Do you have any advice to the up and coming independent artists when it comes to how to become the artist everyone's talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's first of all, it's all about great music. Great music will market itself.
Right.
But then you must also have the personality. Inundating someone with a link without first establishing a relationship with them
Right.
is going to get your round fouled, most of the time.
Right.
So, practice the art of differentiation, which, is its definition is marketing, the art of differentiation.
Right.
How do you make yourself different? By saying hello,
Gotcha.
calling someone Mr. when you first meet them, or Miss,
Yeah.
when you first meet them. And then how about try to avoid all the denigrating remarks that are often included, and don't sound like everybody else.
Yeah.
Have the intestinal fortitude and the courage to
Yes.
be you.
Yes.
No matter what anybody else thinks. If it's you and you're convinced in your heart that you're making a connection and you're getting the feedback that says, hey, we're connecting with you emotionally from your fans and listeners,
Yeah.
then you need to go ahead and do that. Promote yourself. You must engage
Right.
with fans. You must be responsive
True.
to the needs and desires of your fans, but also understand that your team that you have around you can block your blessings.
Yes.
So differentiate yourself by handling your business.
Right. Yeah, indeed. That's the important part, the business part.
Right. Have your package together.
Yeah.
You know, have your EPK, have a properly written bio.
Right.
Have professional pictures.
Yes.
Don't send out darn selfies and iPhone pictures. Have some professional pictures.
Right.
Have a full kit. Be professional. Copyright your stuff so that we don't have to ask a bunch of questions.
Right.
And if you're pitching yourself, don't tell me, Google me, because now you're getting blocked.
Right. Because why? You know, it's the other way around. You want to be a part of your magazine, not the other way around. So yeah, you need to be professional.
And just be polite and professional. And,
Yes.
and oftentimes in this day and age, and it's not just artists, but for young people, period, it's okay to say yes, sir. It's okay to say no, sir, or yes,
Right.
ma'am, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
Just be that polite, creative person who respects others and is not so self-centered.
Right.
And, you know, deciding that I have to be too hard for my own self.
Yeah. Well, definitely great advice. And I want to say thank you so much for being my guest today. I greatly
Thank you for the
appreciate
opportunity,
it.
April. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. And if you want to know more about the Hype Magazine or Jerry Dobie, where can we find that information to contact you, whether it's website or social media?
Yeah, you can find us at, of course, thehypemagazine.com. And our Twitter is at The Hype Magazine, of course.
Yeah.
My Twitter is RealJDobiePR. Facebook is The Hype Magazine. Instagram is The Hype Magazine Network. And yeah, if you talk, we talk back, man.
Yes, sir. I hear you loud and clear. All right. Well, thanks again. And I wish you well and an early happy anniversary, 15th anniversary of the Hype Magazine.
Oh, thank you so much, April. We look forward to doing more with you.
Yes, sir. Well, until next time, take care.
Peace.
All right, so DJ Genius, you did your thing today. I greatly appreciate you for spinning on the ones and twos. If you want to hear more of DJ Genius, check out his website, djgenius.com. There you can tune into his show, DJ Genius Mix Show, Genius Music Radio, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern, and Fridays from 4 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can follow this show on Facebook, WWEN Radio, as well as Instagram and Twitter. It's WWEN Radio 924. And if you want to view previous episodes of Wwen Educate Now, you can go to WWENradio924.com. I want to say thank you to all my listeners. I greatly appreciate you. Shout out to my son Xavier Scott, my better half Esteban Garvin, family and friends who support me. Thank you so much. I love you. 2 pieces. I also want to let everybody know that next week's special guest is going to be R&B trio, Black Girl. They're out of Atlanta. And we're going to play one more song for you for the Indie Artist Spotlight. And until next time, be blessed.
Tell them no blood clot ready. If the beats tight, then my flow pops cherry sweet. Tell them no blood clot ready. 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 If the beats tight, then my flow pops cherry sweet. Tell them no blood clot ready. Tell them no blood clot ready. If the beats tight, then my flow pops cherry sweet. Credibility, virginal like Mary. Craft concepts that birth immaculately, and it Go so, cradle to cemetery, nothing, no cast the bar that wanna live fast, facing shoulder macerate. Can't afford the gas, then it's about dirty. Laughing at you, is that the best you can do? Mommy never told you, patience is a virtue. Shooters know the ledge, we've been paying our dues. Palming with the legends, you lot still got confused. Ain't no stopping us, this verse universal. If you paid attention, you still couldn't do what we do. You may not admit it, but it's you too, and you twos. You'll be C-class, young class.